Hello fellow modelers, welcome to Randy's Dioramas and Trains. In this episode we're going to be doing the Rock Cliff with River Part 2. We'll attach the Woodland Scenics rock molds to the base, and we'll get some Sculptamold in there to fill all the cracks and get the top of the landform ready for paint. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get started. So here I've got the form sitting on its side. I'm going to be using some glue to put on the back of the rock, and also put that glue on the foam so that it makes a good bond. The glue I'm using is a Steel Tough Well Bond universal adhesive. First time using it, so we'll see how that works out. Yeah, now I'm just putting some glue on the foam. I'm going to spread that out, and then I'll put the piece on there. Showing this part in normal speed, and once I finish this I'll speed things up so that we're not watching me do the same thing. Just slow gluing all the rock pieces to the foam. Just making sure it's placed right. Now I'm going to start attaching the rest of them. This one here I actually broke in half to try and get around the corner of the foam, so there'll be a little crack there that I have to fill in a little later. This glue says it sets in an hour and cures in 24 hours. So after this process it'll be just letting it sit and dry for a while. Sorry about the arm being in the way there, kind of hard to get at it and still have you see what I'm doing, so I'm doing my best to keep my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. That's another piece there that I had to break to get around the corner, as well as this piece here. I snap it and get it to fit there at the edge. Not too worried about all the cracks and stuff, because when I go to put the Sculptamold on, I'll be touching all them up so they're not as noticeable. We're getting close to being done this first wall here. Just fine-tuning, making sure everything's lined up right. And now, okay, I've let that sit overnight so that it's dry, and I've attached the pieces to the other side. I felt you didn't need to watch me do that as well. So I've mixed up some Sculptamold. That is mixed at 2 parts Sculptamold and 1 part water. Kind of like a cottage cheese mix. I'm just trying to get in the cracks there with the popsicle stick, and cover up the cracks, but not try and keep the rock face itself fairly clean without a lot of Sculptamold on it, so that it'll take the paint. I'm hoping there's not a big difference between how the paint takes to the plaster as opposed to the Sculptamold. This is my first time doing this, so we'll see how that works out. Just trying to blend everything in and cover up all the cracks. Once I'm done the cracks here, I'm gonna fill in the bottom here under this big one and fill in the cracks. So, and then I'll get some Sculptamone along the top there to make the top of the landform at the top of the cliff. About a 10-15 minute window you've got working with the Sculptamone, so trying to do things fairly quickly and before it starts to set. As I put it across the top here, I'm just also making sure that keep the back edge relatively straight, but not a lot of overhang there, so I can sand it down at the end and give the back a coat of paint. Smoothing it out a little bit. And just start on the other side here, pull that in and look at the top there. Where I'm glad I chopped down this one cliff here, because trying to get into the bottom there and fill the cracks would have been a lot harder if I had left it full height. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that I chopped that down, made it a little easier to get in there. Again, just trying to keep the front edge smooth so that when I paint it, it'll look fairly flat. I'll sand that as well. See, I put in an extra piece of plaster there for a little outcropping of a rock. Plan right now is to have a small island type landform with some trees and a pathway on there. Maybe a few trees along the top of the tall cliff, as well as some undergrowth and whatnot. Now I'm just putting some water on my finger and smoothing it out. gonna fill in the two sides now with some sculptor mold, so that way it kind of blends in a little better as you look around the edges. It's starting to set pretty good right now, so I'm getting close to having to add a little bit more water to get things smoothed out here. I'm just filling in what's left of the sculpt mold, not much left, but just using it to fill in some cracks on the back where all the joins are between the layers of styrofoam, and then I'll sand that down and give it a paint near the end, just so the cracks aren't as noticeable, hopefully. There we have it. That looks pretty good. Happy with that. Okay, so that concludes part 2. Next episode should be painting the rocks, putting the wash on, and getting the rocks painted. So look forward to having you come back for that. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Click that bell for future notifications, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.